Hey there guys! So as you can see, my skin's not the very best that it's ever been. I have a lot of pimples, I have a lot of scars, a lot of marks on my face. But today I'm going to show you how to cover up your blemishes with my simple makeup routine. First things first is foundation. Use your little makeup sponge. Sorry, one's a bit dirty. And you want to put about a pinky size amount on your sponge. And how I like to do it is I fold it in half so it's spread out on the sponge, and then I dab it on my face first before I spread it out, just to make sure that it's nice and even and it's a fair coverage over my whole entire face, rather than just a lot in one area and then sparse bits in others. So once it's all dabbed onto the areas that you think it should be, you then use your sponge and you start spreading it upwards out towards your hairline and around your neck. Make sure that you don't miss any parts and that it's nice and even coverage. Make sure you include your neckline as well. There's nothing worse than seeing people with foundation just on their face and then a colour change in their necks. So after we finish our foundation, we want to move on to concealer. And the way I like to do it is I just put a little dot on the area that I want to cover. And if I had all my brushes today, which I don't, I'd be using my concealer brush. But once again, I'll just use the sponge to spread it out. And not that you can see it in the video, but you also want to make sure that you do under your eyelids, just so that your eyes pop and you don't look tired for the day. Next we have our highlighter. You really do not need a lot of highlighter at all, for at least the one I was using. I only ever get mine out of the lid, and then I put a line down the middle of my nose and spread that out. So there's light reflecting off the tip of my nose, because eventually we'll contour and we'll make our noses look skinnier. I also like to put a little bit on my cheekbones, so the light reflects off there, and then I follow up with the brow bone as well. Next we're going to contour with our bronzer. You grab a brush probably around the size of the hollow on your cheek. So you just want to find the hollow, and the brush size shouldn't be any bigger because we don't want a lot of bronzer on our face. We just want to highlight and shape our faces so our cheekbones pop and we come out with nice slender faces. So I just like to get a little bit of bronzer, not too much. I always tend to blow the tips of my brushes if I feel like I have too much. And then I did it wrong on that side. I was supposed to go down. Always go down from the top of your cheekbone into around your lip, otherwise it comes out too dark, as you can see. After we do our cheekbones, you just want to apply some to your temples, just once again so we get that slender face. Next I'm going to contour my nose, so just grab a little bit of bronzer on the end of your brush, then just rub down on the sides, missing where you put the highlighter, because we want the light to reflect off there, and then it wants to seem darker and more slender on the insides. Make sure you get up and around where your eye is as well, because that's where the top of your nose starts forming. So I do that with this regular sized brush, and then I go ahead and grab my littler brush and get in closer for a sharper shape. After we're done with our bronzer, we want to move on to blush. Now blush is always tricky, I think. If you get too much on your brush, there's no taking it off unless you want to start your makeup again. So I always blow my brush to make sure I only have the littlest amount on there. And if it's not enough, then I can just add more as I go. That's the thing, you can always add more as you go, but you can't take it off, unfortunately. Then we want to hit our setting powder to finish off the whole look, and we should be done. As you can see, I put too much on, but you know, it's only a loose, clear powder. It'll just set the makeup so it stays on your face for the day. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed my tutorial.